after this car accident, after this experience, I was really disconnected from my emotions. I was very numb. So my name is Emilee. I live out in Eagle Mountain with my husband, my 2 daughters. I have 2 dogs and about 10 chickens. So I'm a marriage and family therapist. I will see clients in private practice as well as co-own a ketamine clinic here in the state of Utah. I grew up in a really small town, really tight-knit community, really great family, really supportive parents, an older brother that was very close in age to me. I had a really great, really ideal childhood. And when I was 16 years old, I was in a car accident that really dramatically changed my life. My friend was killed in the car accident. I was in the hospital for a really long time. And from about that moment until really my early 20s, I struggled almost every single day. So really what led me to trying psilocybin was I tried everything else. I tried SSRIs, I tried benzodiazepines. I got to the point that I did have a suicide attempt and was hospitalized. And shortly thereafter, I went to residential treatment for about 90 days. And none of it really worked. I still did not want to be here on this planet. I tried really, really hard. I tried a lot of different kinds of therapy, a lot of different kind of medications, and none of it really worked for me. So something really hard about explaining what an experience on psilocybin is like is oftentimes there are no words. There are very few words to describe the feeling of what it's like to be on psilocybin. And something that has always stood out to me that I learned in my own therapy and when I went to school to be a therapist is there's this idea called the felt sense. And what that means is connecting the mind and body together and really being able to experience what it's like to have those two things connected. For me, I really felt like after this car accident, after this experience, I was really disconnected from my emotions. I was very numb. So when I had the opportunity to experience psilocybin, they told me it's like a mind-body connection. If you want to connect your mind to your body, have a psychedelic experience. For me, after using psilocybin, and this is not necessarily the case for everyone, but I dramatically changed my life. Before doing psilocybin or before working with psilocybin, I was failing out of college. I was in a really toxic relationship. I smoked marijuana all day, every day, most of the time. I was about a pack a day smoker, and alcohol was in there pretty regularly as well. And again, my default network was depressed, anxious, and suicidal, and I was not in a good place in my life. And after my experience with psilocybin, I changed everything. Everything about the way that I felt about myself changed. I was in those situations because at the time I did not think that I deserved any better, that I was capable of experiencing anything different or better. So in the days, weeks, months, even years, it's been 12, 13 years since I experienced psilocybin, and everything has changed. I was able to graduate college. I left that toxic relationship. I rekindled old friendships that I knew were good and healthy and amazing and wonderful, but had really pushed away after my car accident, again, feeling like I'm just not worthy of even having healthy relationships, of attending college, of doing anything with my life. And in the days, weeks, months after my psilocybin experience, I knew innately that there was so much more to this world, to this life, than what I had created for myself. And so I changed things dramatically. I was able to finish college. I became licensed as a substance use disorder counselor. I worked in a therapeutic boarding school as a counselor. I worked in a wilderness therapy environment for a long time, and then eventually, was able to get my master's degree. I have an amazing husband, 2 beautiful daughters. My life looks dramatically different than I think it would have if I had not had that psilocybin experience when I was 19. One thing that I really wish the general public knew about psychedelics is that they can be really safe and really, really effective. I think we hear a lot of really scary messages about drugs and about psychedelics in particular, especially from that messaging that we all got during the DARE program or growing up in sort of the 60s era. But I wish that people knew that these medicines have the ability to dramatically change people's lives. And we all know right now that we are in the middle, and I think we have been for many decades, of a mental health crisis. We have people that are struggling in this world that are depressed and anxious and suicidal. And if we have the ability to, even for a moment, help them escape that experience, why wouldn't we want to provide that for them?